Let's talk about left brain dominant audiophiles versus right brain dominant audiophiles and why that may matter to you to understand which one you are or which way you lean in terms of making good decisions for the long term for your hi-fi audio gear. Hi, my name is Hunter Gray and this is LUV-Music. So let's chat about this a little bit because I think it's really interesting. You are probably aware left brain is responsible, and it's just broad generalizations. Left brain is responsible for rational and critical and analytical and rational processes in the brain versus right brain, which is creative, intuitive, emotional side of the brain. And where this plays into our being audiophiles is, are you on team right brain and I want to listen and judge for myself with my own ears and what my ears tell me and what kind of emotion I get from the music? Is that most important to you? Or are you more left brain dominated and you're really interested in measurements and frequency response graphs and EQing your headphones based on those frequency response graphs, or utilizing Room EQ Wizard and measuring your room acoustics and taking steps to adjust what you see in the measurements in the data of your listening experience. Very different from, I would classify myself as about 70% right brain dominated. I watch and pay attention to and make sure I have an awareness of all of the analytical measurement squiggly line data, but I'm never going to be taking measurements. I'm never going to be EQing my headphones, I don't think. I'm never going to be, well, never say never. I do use some of the preset headphone EQs in the Qdelix 5K just to play around with them and listen to them. And I have to say that I found a preset EQ measurement that I prefer on my Moondrop Kato IEMs. But I don't think I'm going to be using room EQ and doing measurements. What is of my room? What's most important to me is listening. How does it sound to me? Do I like the sound? Is this sounding better or worse to me? And then also, to me, sometimes music creates an emotional response and an emotional connection in the music. And I'm not talking about a song that comes on that was in the top of the pop charts when you were in high school and you were going through a breakup and it's a song that's tied to an emotion from your past. No, that's different. I'm talking about when you're listening to something, and for me it's most typically on something that's Class A or tube amp, that there's just something that comes with that harmonic distortion that sounds different and creates an emotional response and connection to me, as opposed to my reaction oftentimes to Class D amplification is it's very so clean and so neutral that it's almost antiseptic and sterile. And is it perhaps most true to the recording? But as I go down my audiophile journey, I leave I leave further and further away from where I began with. I want a neutral. I want what is in the recording. What did it sound like live? 100% accuracy. Truth, truth, truth. Reveal to me what was in the recording. And I find, and I think a lot of other audiophiles find, as you move further down your audiophile journey and listen more and listen to more gear, more speakers, more amps, you start to crave something that just grabs you and is more engaging and creates an emotional connection with you. And this doesn't mean it's less revealing. It's not leaving behind any details in the music, but there is something that I think you just really have to listen to Class A, whether it's with transistors or, tubes, or something really pure like a Single Ended Triode SET tube amp. And at least for me, as someone who leans to a right brain, more emotional, more intuitive audiophile, where I just want to listen and be drawn into and engaged and enjoy the music to the point where I'm running out of time. I don't have more free time to continue listening, but I don't want to stop. I want to go on to the next track, or I want to change to another genre or artist. I just don't want to stop. And that doesn't happen to me in the same way, typically, with more neutral, more clean Class D amps, where, yeah, okay. But that's just, yeah, okay. And it's like, oh, I got to go. Press pause and go do what I got to do. I'm not, it's a different experience for me. And I think it's important, or can be valuable, to audiophiles to just think about this framework. Am I left brain dominated? And it's like no one's 100%, maybe someone's 50%, but I think we tend to lean right brain or left brain, emotional, intuitive, creative, or analytical, rational, detail oriented. I want measurements, because that's going to impact you during your listening experience and your ownership journey with the gear you buy. So thinking from that framework when you're doing your research and when you're making your buying decisions. And again, this is why I preach over and over, order at least 2 of every piece of gear that you're interested in, and use the 30-day or 60-day return policy like at Crutchfield. Obviously, Amazon returns are super easy. Utilize the return policy, get it into your home, your listening environment, your easy chair, your room, your music, and get a chance to listen and live with it for a while. And choose and keep, for the long haul of your audiophile journey, the gear that grabs you and you really have a connection with. And I would urge, to me, make your buying decisions based on your ears and how it sounds to you and what the experience is like during your listening sessions. Do you have that, I just don't want to stop, I don't want to leave? Or, you do you. I'm a big tent person, whatever, side of the squiggly lines, left brain, or intuitive, hey, I don't know, I don't care what the graph looks like, this is how it sounds to me and I love it. Wherever you fall, I just encourage you, utilize this framework of, am I a left brain or a right brain audiophile, or leaning, when making your buying decisions, and sort of understand that. And I think you will make fewer U-turns and end up selling off gear after 6 or 18 months or a couple of years that just doesn't grab you anymore. I think you'll be more likely and more successful in buying gear that you're thrilled with for the long haul, gear that you just can't imagine. It's like, I'm never selling that. This is important to me. That's my happy place. That's what I am looking for with audio gear, that I love this, and it gives me so much pleasure and enjoyment in my signal chain when I have listening sessions. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm going for. And the right brain, left brain audiophile framework is useful for me. I hope maybe it is for you. If not, like I said, big tent, you do you. Just sharing my experience. And again, my name's Hunter-Gray. This is LUV-Music. And I hope this has been a little bit helpful for some of you on your audiophile journey. Cheers.